Really? Okay. Okay, I see. I see how it's going. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess people gotta realize we doing this on the strength. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, people wanted to talk some hip hop. Like, all right. I had to actually watch what everybody was talking about before I could actually speak on it. Oh, John Hogan's made it. That's what's up. Okay. So, my thoughts on this whole thing. I listened to basically a lot of it last night when I came home. When I came in, there was the Joe Budden, and it was a long, long thing with Royce and Joe talking amongst themselves. Then Joel ended up coming in later, but they were on forever, just talking. So Royce was sitting up there like he's just like the professor. He's mm-hmm. And Joe is acting as if like he's betrayed and like let down. Like my feelings are hurt. To be honest, um, I was disappointed. Like my feelings was hurt because these are some people, these are some brothers I love. No Royce, no Royce. I mean Joel and Crook. These are my brothers. And when I start thinking about my brothers, I'm not understanding. What did we turn? What? Huh? It's hilarious to me. I was waiting for him to say, I'm not mesmerized here. That's all I was waiting for. That's the last thing I needed him to do. Huh? I'm not mesmerized here. When he started going in that Joe rant, now I listened to the whole layout. Yes, definitely hit the like button if you came in here late. Hit the like button, please. I appreciate it. Want to support the page? My Cash App is Carcino, which is Carceno. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, listening to their arguments, any this disdain of who I like and who I don't like has nothing to do with this. I listened to exactly the argument on both sides and the position to find out what's really going on. And the story is this: Crook got an offer from a major that wanted to do business with Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is off of Shady Records. Now, according to them, depending on how it is, they all have a percentage in Slaughterhouse. Like you got 25%, you got 25%, I got 25%, you got 25%. So after all of this was done, I saw and heard that Royce was called first because Joel was already there with Crook. They contacted Royce. Royce knew the entire deal because he got it from Crook. He heard it. Joe didn't like it. He said, well, I'm not doing anything without Joe. So he said, well, talk to Joe and see what's going on because we got a certain period of time, when we got to make a decision. Bet. He tells Joe Budden about it. Joe is, huh? I need to see some other numbers. I need to know the particulars. So, of course, he told him to call Crook. He calls Joel and speak to Joel. Joel tells him, Joe, and not a three-way or four-way and nothing like this. Joel tells him, or he tells Joel, I don't even want to talk to Crook because Crook is going to try to get me to sign some deal. I don't even want to talk to Crook about this because I know how he is. He's going to come in with this deal and he's going to want to just sign it. He's not going to hear me. I need this X, Y, and Z. Right? Crook ends up talking back to Royce. After Joel tells Crook what Joe said. Joe Budden has not called Crook at all. Crook talks back to him, and so does Joel. Both of those guys talk to Royce. And again, Crook tells Joel, he not tells Joel, but tells Royce, tell Joe what he want the paperwork to say. Ask Joe, what does he want the paperwork to say? And we'll put it in the paperwork. Tell Joe to call me. Joe Budden never called Crooked. At all. And Royce is still saying, I don't want to do a three-man group. Without Joe, I'm not going to do it. So that's what happened. Out of all the talking back and forth, this is what happened in the scenario. Right? So Crook ain't talking to him. Basically, they've turned it down. They turned it down. That's a turn down. No matter how much they tried to dress it up, the only reason oh my God, this thing is so simple. They tried to make it so overcomplicated. Like, oh, the brand, and you guys sold out to and messed up millions that could have come down the road. What did they mess up that was coming down the road? Because, Joe, you were retired. Here's the thing. Joe, his problem is this. And this was their whole problem with all of it. And how I see it. This is my thoughts on it. Now that I just told you exactly what just happened there. Here's my thoughts.
Joe and Royce, they don't need it. They don't need Slaughterhouse. They don't need to make an album. Royce is getting paid being handcuffed to Eminem's balls. So he don't ever have to do anything but kiss up and take up for Eminem. That's it. That's his job. Since Proof died, that's become his job. Royce don't have to do a damn thing now. Mr. S, you're smoking some doggone crap, if you believe that. Joe Budden is very successful with the Joe Budden podcast. He's not even rapping. Joel and Crook, they still out here, active. This is their thing. They the ones been pushing. Thanks for the super chat, Miss Lady. They're the ones that's been pushing for this. Mr. S. That S must mean you forgetting the HIT at the end of that. Are you crazy? Joel stutters from time to time, but that don't mean nothing. Did you hear how the whole situation went down? I heard the entire conversation, so I know exactly how it went down. Here's the problem. These two were never interested in doing the deal. Royce and Joe weren't interested. They weren't interested in making a Slaughterhouse album, and they know it. Royce was like, I'm down if Joe's down. And Joe ain't down to do it. He wasn't going to do it no matter what the deal said. Joe wasn't making no damn Slaughterhouse album, and he knows it. The only reason he's tight is because they went and did it without them. And they talked about the situation. And they was like, oh, that's a diss song. Because they turned it down. They're trying to use semantics to try to say, well, did we actually say the words we turned it down? We didn't say that. I just didn't call anybody back. That doesn't mean I turned it down. It's just, it's silly. It's stupid games. Wrong. It had nothing to do with that. Joe never called Joel. If it was about, I don't want to get involved in this deal and I want to do that, Joe could have called Crooked. He never called Crooked. If I got a problem with the contract and the person that's bringing the money is supposed to be my brother, I'm not going to call him. I'm going to call Joel. Crooked is the one that brought the money in. But he knows that. That's why he don't want to talk to him. He's like, I'm just going to talk to Joel. It's BS. It was spin move. Joe was just blowing up, wasting time. He was never going to do it. Crooked told him, what do you want the contract to say? He told it to Royce. Tell Joe, what does he want the contract to say? This is the problem here. All four men never spoke together as one. If all four men would have spoke, they could have had an understanding and wouldn't be any of this. But they didn't want to do it that way. Joe didn't, because Joe don't want to do it. Joe ain't rapped in 10 years. He don't need the rap. He wasn't going to rap on no doggone Slaughterhouse album. He don't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it. He said it. That's what I'm saying. You got to listen to the entire thing. I don't want to be, I was tired of them. You're right. I'm burnt out. I'm tired of, I don't want to do shows for $2,500. Why am I doing this show for $2,500 a night? Getting up early in the morning. I don't want to do that. He said that. See, people tell you what's going on. See, you guys saw the thing when Joel showed up. You have to go there when the whole thing starts and play out. They end up telling you what the whole situation was. Joe don't really want to do it. He didn't. But he's holding them up, but they're only responding now. And it's weird that they had no contact all these months, all the stuff they was doing, no promotion for the other stuff they've been doing on this show and nothing. The moment they come out and do a Slaughterhouse record and then they're talking about, they're not dissing them. The situation makes them look bad. And because that makes Royce and Joe look bad, that is the only reason they spent the whole 24 hours talking about it. He talked about it on the show. Now they're talking about it on a live stream on the gram. Why? The same thing Joel said. Why we couldn't get this promotion when we did any other projects? Why can't we have these conversations? We supposed to be brothers. Why we couldn't have this conversation down the road? Why we got to get to this point? We got to get to this point for us to have dialogue. Yes, they did a dual project together and did not put the Slaughterhouse name. And Joe Budden and Royce and all the rest of them really didn't go out promoting it. They didn't spend 2 hours. They didn't do a stream promoting that project, saying go out and support it. And I'm sorry, you ain't gonna tell me to suck a D on no live and we gonna be cool. The way he told Joe told him that shows you Joe don't care. Joe made the whole thing about him. Like he said, Joe, this is about Slaughterhouse. This ain't about you. Once again, the same thing when Joe decided to sabotage the whole group. Because they are part owners, so they could use the name Slaughterhouse. It was perfectly in their right to use. Joe believes he owns the logo with the flaming pig or whatever. Whatever that is, that's just crazy. But Joe would look stupid trying to go sue for a doggone logo. Exactly. Joe Budden is a self-serving narcissist. You saw it with Rory and Mal. The more the show, the bigger the show got, and the more money was coming in, and he saw that he made a mistake giving them part ownership. Now it's a problem. Hit the like button for that. Well, now the show sucks because Rory and Mal ain't there, and Rory and Mal is doing numbers. Like they said, we don't need you, Joe. They walked away from like a lot of money and went and made their own bag because it's not a good energy. We're not gonna have good shows. We can't have good shows if you don't respect me and give me the proper respect, and you don't respect what we doing, and you just think everybody there to see Joe. When they grew that show together. But Joe think it's all about him because he's in the middle chair or whatever. But now you got Ish and Ash, and you could pay them Ish and Ash. And you keep all the money. And then they're going to be like, man, this is good money, man. I'm just going to keep this. Yeah. Okay, whatever you say, Joe. And now the show don't have no energy because these dudes have no personality. Yeah, all right. Whatever you say, Joe. Don't agree with me all the time. Okay, whatever you say, Joe. Well, when do you want me not to agree? I'm not mesmerized here. Oh, man, the show is crazy now. Well, this is why he talked about it, because he needs the controversy. He finally have some material that's about him that he could use for material on his show now. So them doing this song was the best thing that ever happened to Joe. His show has been a dud. He started talking about Megan Thee Stallion and saying crazy stuff. She doesn't sell any records. Dude, do you know how many plaques she has because our songs are in heavy rotation? And you're talking about she don't sell no records? To who? Do you know the streaming numbers she do? Do you know what she get off TikTok? She's one of the top TikTok artists. She gets paid for that. When people doing body, she's still getting paid off that. They still doing that on TikTok. I just watched the chick. She was bouncing like a mug. Big booty, thin waist. All right. It's great for TikTok for 30 seconds and seeing them. And then the Big Bank Challenge, they was getting paid off that. So he's trying to create these things. He only do that because he got an interview coming with Nicki. See, these guys are opportunists. Cartoonists, in other words. This is their avenue now. They have nowhere else to go. This is it. So this is all they ever gonna be. Nobody worry about Joe being fine. Joe gonna be all right. Joe got money coming in off this show. He knows what butts to kiss now. He's a loving hip hop guy. He's been on like 16,000 reality shows, proposing to women. So he's been phony. But this is beside the point. This is what I mean, though. Joe makes it all about him. Like Joel tried to remind him yesterday. Dude, we got 3 other members in the group. It's not about Joe. Once again, you the one that torpedoed the group when everybody else was on board to say, hey, let's just make this album. Let's work out the contract. Then once the contract is up, then we could just leave or renegotiate and take Slaughterhouse somewhere else. Joe didn't want to do that. He wanted to blow everything up right then and there. Right? Which stopped the whole group. Because it was all about Joe. Joe's unhappy. Joe was at Complex. Joe wanted some advertisement money. Joe didn't know how to negotiate when he first did his podcast. Up there on Everyday Struggle. What happened? Joe blows up and leaves, and they snatch his whole show and said, "We own the show, dummy." Joe has never been smart. Joe has always been a guy who has to burn everything down, then he learns and move on. Even on this show, the Spotify deal. They do a deal with Spotify. Then he realized how much money it's going to cost him to keep everything running. While the Spotify money comes in. See, academics can do that because academics going to use his YouTube money from TikTok and everywhere else. Joe don't have that money coming in. He didn't have a deal like that. So he was taking episodes of the show and putting it on the Joe Budden podcast, which you can't do legally. So they had to go and talk about money for that because you got to pay Rory and Maul. He didn't want to do that. And you using their likeness in their video. He didn't even want to do that. So they had to get lawyers for that. Something that's simple and can be solved with ease. He got to go get a lawyer for that. Mm-hmm. Why would they sit up there and talk about it live on the IG for about 2 hours? Because they're playing games. If you tell me I'm not going to go somewhere if so-and-so don't go, and somebody said, well, they ain't want to come. Hey, I never said I didn't want to come. I just said I'm not going if so-and-so don't go. So that's your way of turning it down without disappointing the rest of the crew. You're rejecting it by using somebody else to reject it that you know ain't gonna do it. So if he don't do it, it's all on him. It ain't on me. And it's like, well, I never turned it down. I never said no. They're trying to save face because everybody's turning and looking at them now. They Slaughterhouse fan and they don't want to have egg on their face, which they already got. Eminem is not a good producer. He's not. His thing is he wants to be hands-on because he wants the money. Eminem got with Conway, screwed up the whole thing with Conway. They were like, why is Eminem with Conway? That don't even make sense. I knew that from the day they signed. Joe Budden knew it. Everybody knew it. It's not going to go well. No, he did not make no Renegade beat. Renegade was already a song with Eminem and Royce the 5'9". That song was already made. He muted, he didn't even write any new lines. All them lines are the same lines he had in that song with Royce. He muted all of those, muted the voices, and then redid the last voice. And when he said, "Is it wicked Royce?" That's the only thing that got changed in it. That's why it sounds like, man, everybody's like, man, Eminem bodied him on that song. The reason why it sounds like that is because Eminem and Royce did the record. It was an Eminem record. Jay was just sent the instrumentals and told to put his vocals on there. That was Royce's song on Royce's album. And that was the song they had. That was the lead single, and not that other song that was on Royce's album, that Rock City. And they said, well, Rock City's going to be your single. We want to use that Renegade song for something else. But Rock City, Eminem, they had two songs, Rock City and they had Renegade. Now, why did Eminem just didn't write a new verse? Why he didn't write no new verses up there with Jay-Z? Why did he take that verse, those verses he already had with Royce? I've already known why. He did the same thing with Biggie. He used Royce's verses on there and used that for the Biggie song. The one he did, The Dead Wrong. The same song, Renegade with Royce, he just remixed all Royce's verse and used that in that rhyme. No, Patiently Waiting is not a dope beat. It is a dull song. It's another Eminem type of track that's trash. Eminem and 50 probably made one good song together. They don't rap. I mean, they really don't sound great on any record. I can't tell you one song with Eminem and 50 that together sounds great. Nobody plays it. Patiently Waiting is not fire. I don't like Patiently Waiting. Listening to the whole Get Rich or Die Trying, Patiently Waiting is what you coming back with? Take that to the store. Eminem did not make Right No So Disrespectful. Trust me. He's one of the worst beat makers in history. Is Eminem. One of the worst beat makers in history. All his beats sound the same. Damn. I hate that song. I'm like, Nas did that. I'm like, why would you let Eminem produce you a record? Ding dong, ding dong, dong 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 dong. I carry the cross. I'm like, oh my God. Please throw that song in the trash. Ding dong. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong dong. Ding dong 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 dong. I'm like, oh, him and this damn piano. This it's like the same damn beat every time. Ding dong dong. Ding dong 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 dong. I'm like, just rap, man. You can't make beats. Rap. He had one accidental beat that was incredible. And it didn't sound anything like anything he's done. So I don't even think he made that beat. And that was 8 Mile Road. Besides that, somebody said Carry the Cross was fire. Kill Shot beat was fire. There was no beat. That is a song without a beat. There's a what is the beat on Kill Shot? There's no beat. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't know music. I don't know what's going on around here. Kill Shot. What is the beat? I don't think Eminem didn't do Purple Pills. That was Mr. Porter. See, there it is, Nicholas Jacobs. He saw the Batman movie. Thanks for the super chat. Somebody said Carry the Cross. Oh my God. I'm done. Somebody said Carry the Cross. Good Lord. Oh my goodness. His first line in Carry the Cross is what? You can keep your weak beats from your weak producers. I'm like, you should have kept this weak beat from this weak producer. Are you kidding me? I carry the cross. No, Purple Pills is tolerable, but it's still. It's basically the same beat as Guess Who's Back, Back Again, Shady's Back, man, Guess Who's Back, Guess Who's Back, Guess Who's Back. Don't Push Me. Again, I'm not impressed. Don't Push Me is not a great song. All the great songs on Get Rich, it does not have Eminem on it. I'll tell you that right now. No song, no album is Eminem on with 50. Does it even, it don't hit. The only thing that, and Eminem is, there's 50 did the hook. That's it. And that was a Rap Game. That's it. Other than that, it's been trash. patiently waiting is patiently, it's trying my patience. You want to fight. You said crack a bottle. You must want to fight me. You must want to fight me. Next, what you gonna say next? Jimmy crack corn? Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Are you kidding me? Did anybody in here ever hear Jimmy crack corn? And 50, he did that because Eminem is his guy. Because that should have never been put out. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn. I mean, 50 sounds so out of place just saying that. It was just not, it's an Eminem type of goofy record that don't need 50 Cent on. 50 Cent don't make those type of records. It was just a bad mix. This is when Eminem was spiraling. He was like this, going to the ground at this point. I'm like, what is this? Where's my songs? Why is he singing? Where's D12? Where's Canava? Where's the con artist? I mean, give me something. Who is this? I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he out here singing? I'm not laying there, everybody. We gonna walk these roads together to the storm. I'm like, oh, I was so pissed off, and everybody loved that damn song. Gatman and Robin, it was alright, but that was another Juvenile song. But Gatman, oh God. Y'all did this to Eminem. Y'all patted him on the back, all the Eminem fans. Y'all did this. Y'all patted him on the back when he did that Hummingbird song and the song for Haley. And when I said ding ding no, sometimes I turn my telephone. And I was like, well, he made a song for his daughter. Let him get away with it. That's cool. Forget about it. Y'all kept pushing it. It was so great. I love that song he did for his daughter. Y'all kept pushing him to keep that crap up. Then he came out with Mockingbird. Daddy's gonna bring you a mockingbird. And here he is singing. Then next thing you know, here he comes now. People like it. I didn't think I could sing. They love it when I sing. And boy, did he start singing. Now it's the acoustic loving Eminem. And I'm like, see what y'all done did? Y'all done confused him and messed his whole life up. He could never get it back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When people talk about Eminem, you talk about the first 3 albums. That's it. You talk about the first 3 albums. After that, he is Emma done. After the first 3 albums, he is done. No, I was somebody who was talking about what Eminem was before he was signed. I'm the one that had the mixtapes and burning them on CDs. Listening to Milkbone and him battling Eminem and all those guys. I'm like, man, they going at it. I was the one listening to underground hip hop because mainstream is, well, don't really do it for me. So I was in the battle rap scene. We listening to all the bars and all that, so we knew who Eminem was. That's why I knew all the rhymes. I had way before Infinite. We had all the underground stuff that he did with Scam. Slim Shady, brain dead like Jim Brady. I'm an M80. You little like that Kim lady. I'm buzzing the ribbon, dirty rotten rhymer. The place that you call worse than Alan Schottenheimer. You worse than the mother that you stole your style from. I listen to your demo tape and act like I don't like it. Then 2 weeks later, you hear your lyrics on my. No Apologies was dope. Eminem just made one album that was acceptable since then, and that was that Kamikaze album. That was it. And the first time he did made an album that was acceptable since then. I don't even remember No Apologies no more. Why is everybody talking about Stan? Stan's the second album. We know Stan was great. I know where they got the beat from. I got the CD. Before Stan even came out, the song was massive. Already European and everything. Dido. I got Dido's album in that room. So I had that before Stan was even out. So when I heard the beat, I said, oh, he took Thank You from Dido. I said, wow. They didn't even know whose song it belonged to. They got it from the commercial. They used to play that in the commercial, and the 40 King got it. 40 King recorded it off the TV and played it for Eminem. And he may end up making that into a track, and then they found out who owned the record, and it was Dido. And they made this whole storyline like Eminem. Yeah, Mark the 45 King did it. But they made it like it was Eminem knew Dido and all this. She had to end up suing him. He didn't even want to pay her. And she was like, I never thought I would have to sue Eminem. I feel so bad, but I didn't even get paid. And he was like, man, Dido's tripping. Man, we gave her a lot of publicity, by putting her on the tour and all that. Publicity? You stole our goddamn record. That's her hook. She did the hook, the beat. That's her record. All you did was put the story to it, which was cool. The story was great. But oh man, I messed up my shoulder. Bad Meets Evil song was not whack. That album he did with Royce, whack. That album was 10 years too late. He was a whole different Eminem at that time. And that album it ran its course. Everybody moved on. They were like some old heads trying to rap like they were 20. It did not resonate. It's been over. He got burnt out. All right, Guru. Guru said he got Royce a publishing deal in 2011. Don't tell Royce that. He ain't gonna believe that. He gonna say he got him a deal. Oh, I got a video coming out on the Patreon. It's already done. It's called Rap Management for Dummies. That's a Patreon video. So if you want to be a rap manager, this is what you're gonna need to know. I've heard about every Eminem story that's ever been told. I swear to God. No, he ran out of material. And this man has not been in society. When you've been in the house now, since you become rich, rich has crippled him. He's not around anything. He has no material. So when you're around people, that's where you get the majority of your material from. You're around other people, and that's why he want to hang around the studio and hang around people who going around doing things in life, because he's in the house 24/7. So when he comes outside, it's like a comedian who become famous, and everybody be like, man, they fell off. They fell off because half of the comedy come from being broke and the struggle. You got so many jokes you done told just hanging around people and actually going through things that creates your comedy. Ain't nothing funny about going over here and eating, caviar at such and such house, and you're doing movies and red carpets. There's nothing funny in that. This is why Eddie Murphy's never done another stand-up, because he knows this. Eddie tried to do another stand-up. He went out on the road and did a couple of stand-ups, and it was the crowd was like, "Oh, Eddie did some stand-ups," but they friends, But he went to the back to get the word from the real comedians, and they were like, "You need some more practice. Like, you ain't ready for a stand-up yet." Well, you got to go out on the road and try your comedy out. Meaning, like seeing what jokes work in clubs. So when you do a stand up or a show, you can put stuff together. Absolutely. Everybody be like, "You too hard on Eminem." I am not too hard on Eminem. I don't think I'm hard enough. Believe me, I'm hard on him because I was a fan. See, when you're a fan of something, and somebody was great at something, you want them to remain great. If your favorite artist ain't bringing it no more, you're going to get pissed off. And that's what was happening here. I'm watching this. I'm like, dog, you used to be you were like on your way. What the hell happened to you? But see, artists, they become so much into their bubble that if you tell them anything, they can't take that constructive criticism. They don't look at it as that. They think it's you're hating on me. Oh, here's X. What's good, X? Yo, my guy is down there. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have to stop this. I'm in the middle of a live stream. I gotta stop this live stream. Hold on. Yeah, I'm finna get off the live.